Hi guys and welcome to Strength Universe. Paul Anderson and Louis Cyr have always been considered as two of the strongest men to have ever lived. Despite competing some 3 generations apart, both shared several similarities. Standing around 5'9" inches tall and weighing a peak of approximately 360 pounds. Finally, as testosterone was not synthesized until 1935 and the first steroid available in North America, Dianabol, was not released until 1958, both of these athletes were without doubt natural. It should be noted that while Paul trained in conventional lifts, Louis always favoured the more niche feats of strength. That means that the number of directly comparable lifts is limited. So without further ado, let's start with the athlete's best recorded clean and jerk. That for Paul was 218 kilograms or 480 pounds. And the best recorded for Louis Cyr was 157 kilograms or 347 pounds. Although Paul takes the win by a considerable margin, it should be noted that Cyr's lift was said to have lacked proper technique. Next, we compare the back lift that is arguably the athlete's most famous feat of strength. For this, Louis managed an unofficial world record of 4,337 pounds. Some 60 years later, Paul Anderson would lift 6,270 pounds. And while Paul takes yet another win, it should be noted that the weight of both athletes' back lift is surrounded by controversy, and thus the official world record is held by Greg Ernst. The final directly comparable lift is a side press, in which Louis Cyr famously pressed a 273 pound dumbbell. However, this isn't close to Paul Anderson, who pressed 380 pounds, in a lift that has never been equalled. These 3 examples would appear to indicate that Paul Anderson was considerably stronger, at least in pressing movements, but without knowing what Louis Cyr was capable of doing in the squat and deadlift, we lack the evidence to draw a definitive conclusion. However, there is more evidence that shines a light on how Louis Cyr performed his claimed one-handed lift and two-handed lift, that shows that these feats of strength were far less impressive than they first seem and were actually hand and thigh lifts. In this video, Stanley Pleskin reportedly does a one-finger deadlift of 550 pounds. However, it's clear to see that his hand is resting on top of his thigh and it's actually his legs doing the lift. This would mean that Louis Cyr's two-handed thigh lift of 1,897 pounds is actually highly comparable to Paul Anderson's hip lift of 2,700 pounds. And while not 100% accurate, goes some way to proving that Paul Anderson was almost certainly stronger. After taking this limited information into account, who do you think was the strongest man to ever live? That's it from me, but thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting like, leaving a comment and subscribing for more. Thank you.